The Gentleman is a new Netflix series from Guy Ritchie, which is set in the same world as his 2019 film. So today, let's see if the series is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Netflix. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up-and-coming content. Eddie Halstead inherits his family's estate, initially unaware it's home to a drug empire run by a syndicate that has no plans to vacate. So I actually just recently watched The Gentleman for the first time, directed by Guy Ritchie, and I think it's a very cliche Guy Ritchie film. That's a good thing. It's got a lot of energy to it, likable characters, very snappy dialogue. It has all of the Guy Ritchie quirks in it, and I thought it was a pretty fun film. Now, the series is set in the same world as The Gentleman, and it's kind of like the same business that Matthew McConaughey's character was running within that film. And this series does not have that same sharpness to it, that same energetic feel, but I still really liked The Gentleman, this 8-episode series of Theo James, who plays Eddie. He inherits his family's estate, which also comes with this business after his father has passed away. We see that Kayla Scodelario plays Susie Glass. She is running a lot of this marijuana business. The two help each other out in more ways than one, and also have some conflict along the way. What makes this series work so well is the script for both of the characters that Theo James and Kayla Scodelario plays. Because when you look at Theo James' character in the first few minutes of the episodes, you get the feeling that he wasn't a character that was violent. You get a feeling that he wasn't an aggressive person. And then when he inherits his family's estate, he becomes more accustomed to being violent and controlling and trying to protect his family at all costs, which leads him down a path of just pure aggressiveness, and he's very demanding in this role. This is probably my favorite performance from Theo James. He is great in this series as someone that transitioned into his character spiraling more out of control, getting deeper into his family's business and his estate and trying to protect his family. I like this look of this character going from someone that was all about peace in the beginning of the series and trying to understand his new position in the series, and then just slowly spiraling out of control and going more into the underground world of the marijuana business. It just was a character that I was more interested as the series went along. And then pair that nicely with Kayla Scodelario, who also gives one of my favorite performances from her. She is so fierce in this series. She is controlling of every single scene. You feel at times like she is the main character of the series. You feel like there's so much focus on her and how she is manipulating characters, getting what she wants. She gets down deep and dirty into the business. She's controlling. I like so much of this character and how it brought out a different side to Eddie as he had to kind of match her energy and keep up with her at times. So as the series progresses and more of the underworld of this marijuana business and the ins and outs of it all, both of them are really great. And there are times where they help each other out. There's at times where there's conflict, but I really like these characters. Now, this is a series that really just spirals out of control, and at times I feel like it's trying to keep up with itself as certain storylines are toppling on top of each other. In the beginning of the series, Eddie has to help out his brother, and his brother makes these poor choices, which leads to not forced storylines, but consequences for his brother, which leads to him trying to right the wrongs. And so then something is affected by this one storyline and it branches off, and then they have to fix that part and it branches off. So they're just toppling on top of each other and trying to keep up with one another. And I think at times it takes on a little too many side storylines trying to fix something that happened in the first episode, and at times it can be not confusing but frustrating with so much going on and so many things that are just kind of veering off and being distracting at times. But I think that a lot of those storylines do have some entertainment. Much like a Guy Ritchie movie, you're going to have some funny moments, likable characters, and some energy. There are some crazy moments in here, but it doesn't have that frantic style that we know from Guy Ritchie. It feels very tame for a Guy Ritchie project. It's directed by him, and if it's lacking that quickness to it, it's lacking some of that energy. But the characters really do make up for all of that in trying to bring some fierceness and controlling, aggressive moments to the series. It looks really good as well. There you have some action scenes. You get some bloody sequences. The estate, a lot of the ins and outs of that, and the underground marijuana business, which we did see in The Gentleman. It all is filmed very nicely. Guy Ritchie's typical camera direction is in here, but the whole cast really comes together. Vinnie Jones, I really liked his calm presence. Daniel Ings plays Freddie, Eddie's brother, and he's a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get with this character, and he can affect a lot of what's going on within the series. And that leads to a lot of entertaining moments, some crazy scenes along the way, and just those distracting routes that the story takes are really because of this character. So I really like the development for the characters, especially Theo James Eddie, how he became more accustomed to being violent and protecting his family, just more sucked into this world, was easily the highlight of the series for me. I just wish it would have had more of that typical Guy Ritchie flair to it, more of that sharp, quick dialogue, the frantic characters, the hyper violent scenes. I think that really could have benefited from that, because the storyline is there. It really does match the movie. The characters are likable, the violence is there, but at times it just feels a little bit average. When you come from a director that is known for those things, a lot of his movies do feel very similar to each other. And so when you're coming from off of that, you expect something going into it, and it just feels a little bit average at times. Nonetheless, I do really like it, especially for Kayla Scodelario and Theo James. They shined in here and easily give their best performances. They get lost in these roles and demand so much and demand your attention really early on. So I overall like The Gentleman. I just wish it had a little more Guy Ritchie style to it, but nonetheless, I really did like it, and I appreciated that it's set in that world that he created. So before I give you my score for The Gentleman, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Gentleman a B. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Gentleman, the new Netflix series from Guy Ritchie. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.